Well, welcome. I have the distinct pleasure of sitting today with Jamie Boston, founder, and what would you call yourself, president? Or what? How do you, the Algoma Autism Foundation anyway. Jamie, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it seemed, two reasons to have you in. Of course, your collaboration most recently with the Search Mount.
No Limits.
Yeah, the No Limits Ski. Yeah, and as well with Sunday marking World Autism Day, April the 2nd, a very important day. I thought it's a great opportunity to bring you in so we can speak about, the work that your organization does, which is so important and so focused on our community. So let's go back 10 years when you initiated this endeavor.
Yeah, like you mentioned, it's our 10-year anniversary. We started really small. We were making paper ornaments to try to raise money to, incorporate ourselves. And when you say grassroots, it was very grassroots.
Yeah.
A little table in the mall trying to get things going. And, fast forward 10 years and here we are.
Yeah, okay. So now, obviously, the work that you do is, I did say it's very focused on the community. Now, my understanding is the funds raised stay in the community.
100%.
100% stay in the community.
Yep.
Okay, so now you also, in the summertime, do a bike ride, like a motorcycle ride for autism, which is just grows year after year.
Yep.
Is that planned again for this year?
June 17th.
Okay.
All the details aren't quite finalized yet, but we do have a date. It's the third Saturday in June, has been for, a very long time. And it started off as an awareness thing / fundraiser. And like you mentioned, it's grown exponentially, and hopefully this year's the same.
Like if you had to ballpark, like based on the increase of participants year over year, if you had to ballpark what you think you might have in terms of motorcycle.
Yeah, so our first year we had like 80 or 90, and we've seen upwards of 200 plus.
Wow.
So, in a community of motorcycle enthusiasts, there's not a lot of us. So to me, that's an astronomical number.
Now I have followed, so you do a lot of events geared towards the community members that are working with like people who have family members who are on the spectrum. So you do a lot of very, very sensitive events, like the quiet, the silent Santas and things like that. Yep. And I know I've heard people talk about how grateful they are to have these opportunities, because I think that unless you experience it, it's probably it wouldn't. A lot of triggers may exist that most people wouldn't even be aware of.
Yeah. So a lot, like you mentioned, a lot of our sensitive events. We started as the Algoma Autism Foundation, but if anything we're doing helps a family with somebody with special needs, we've never turned them away. So, for example, trunk or treat, something we hold every year. We hold in the parking lot at Northwood Funeral Home.
Okay.
Well, that's accessible, so people in a wheelchair can trick or treat. Where on Halloween, you have stairs, you have walkways, you have things that may be limiting for them. So they have the opportunity to trick or treat where they may not have that opportunity. Likewise for people on the spectrum, the loud noises, the screeching of all the fun things that are associated with Halloween may not necessarily be associated or friendly for them. So by modifying different activities, it provides an opportunity for families to experience things where they may not have that opportunity.
Okay, so now talking about the past 10 years, of course, we would have to touch on the fact that, you were building such a momentum with all of the events and the fundraising that you were doing, and then along comes the pandemic. How did that affect your organization?
It absolutely, I don't say it crushed us. The foundation is very much a social organization. The idea is to bring people together and do that kind of stuff. We were limited what we could do. We did a lot of online stuff, did like crafts and things of that sort. But it definitely put a damper on things we were doing as a whole.
Okay.
And it's taken us quite a bit of time to get back up on our feet, mainly because all of those things that we had on the go, you're starting from scratch. So, where before would be a quick phone call, hey, this date good? Yep. now we're,
Having to rebuild those
yeah,
connections.
and we have, but it was a slow go. But trunk or treat. So sensitive Santa, for example, couldn't hold it obviously. So we
Right.
did a drive-through Santa. So Santa was
So
outside. Everyone was safe with their masks and distancing and things of that sort. People still got to visit with Santa. We had a little trinket for them,
Oh,
just to keep the ball rolling. But the pandemic definitely put a damper on things, like
So-
everybody.
Well, like everybody for sure, and that extra challenge to kind of think outside of the box and still find a way to, serve the people that you're committed to. Really tremendous work. So I would like you to think forward then 2 years, like where do you see the organization going?
In 2 years? Ooh, that's a good question. I think you'll still see all of the things we're doing. We're
Yeah.
always looking for new ideas. We're always looking for innovative thinkers, fresh volunteers. A lot of the things are well established now, so thinking outside the box is definitely something we have to do. Yeah, you sort of caught me off guard there, but me personally, I'd like to see, and I don't think we're there, but we definitely could be, like a community space, public community space, say like, I don't know, purchase an old church or an old school or something, and turn it into a place where, have a community garden, have a life skills place, that kind of stuff, where professionals can come in, provide, support, skill sets, whatever, and, we're there as the support people sort of thing.
Fantastic.
2 years is kind of optimistic, but
Well, it's still good to kind
for
of,
the stars.
think forward, right? And certainly, like I said, given the momentum you've built over the last 10 years, I have no doubt that if that's what you commit yourself to, you'll achieve it. There was one more thing that I was going to ask you, and that had to do with, yes, were you did you ski with the group at Searchmont?
did I? No, not personally. The No Limits team put on a day for us,
Okay.
and we had 12 participants participate in the activity. I was ignorant to the fact that it's not just people with physical limitations. It's cognitive, it's everything. It's anybody that could benefit from, the assisted ski.
Okay.
And it went off like gangbusters. So
Fantastic.
we have plans for next season to do the same,
Okay.
maybe more than once or whatever. But I know that a few of the families that did participate have now gone on to participate, multiple times. So
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
Yeah.
And then one last question. If somebody watching this interview, for example, wanted to make a contribution to your organization, how would they go about doing that?
So we're in the process of revamping our website as we speak. The
Okay.
easiest way to communicate with us right now is either through the email, Algoma Autism Foundation @gmail.com, or our Facebook page until the actual site's back up and running.
Okay.
We wanted to do some refreshing for the 10th and
Sure.
clean things up.
Sure.
So once that comes live again, then that'll be a place to go to for resource. But yeah, right now it's social media.
Okay, well, and as I said, I do summary articles, so I will include links to both, like to all of your social media platforms to facilitate that in any way that I can.
For sure.
Jamie, I'm so excited that you had time to come in today.
Absolutely.
It was great to talk to you, and I look forward to following and seeing, what great things you achieve over the next 2 years.
We'll see how things go.
Thank you so much for watching. Thanks, Jamie.
Thank you.